What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new video. This, of course, is a podcast. Probably a podcast to say for the final finale. Not really finale. Sort of a finale, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, joining me today is Nate himself, which is AZ Electro Kid. Well, formerly known as AZ Electro Kid. I don't think you have a channels anymore.
Yeah, no channels exist anymore.
I forgot what it was, but I remember going to your channel one time, like I don't know if it was like half a year ago or something like that, but I remember like looking up your channel and I remember there was like nothing there because I actually was looking back. I wanted to like find some videos. And I was like, oh, I wonder if Nate has his videos up, and I was like, ah, damn, they're gone. Damn.
Yeah,
Like,
which is a really quick, funny story if you don't mind me sharing.
yeah, sure.
Honestly, I don't know where they went. Honestly, it's like lost in like YouTube cyberspace. Well, it's weird because I don't that account, or my YouTube channel connected to, in the end, my Google Plus account. I don't really use it anymore. I have something new.
Mm.
And so I had like my videos for a long time, like some of them into private and stuff. And then eventually, I haven't logged into the account, and then one day I log back into it, and to notice, everything's gone.
Oh shit.
Every single video is like gone.
Damn.
And weird conspiracy. It's maybe just YouTube just deleted my videos.
Actually, I was gonna say it in a different way, but yeah, pretty much what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I wouldn't like put it past them, especially too with now going into current YouTube,
I was
how
just
they
to
are
say
now
YouTube's an
with them.
asshole. That's pretty much what I
Yeah,
was about to
I'll
say.
say ever since they went like the whole like censor, very Disney family friendly
Well, I'm not
content,
gonna lie,
they
some of
probably
your
look.
videos weren't really too friendly.
Yeah, I'm assuming they probably, I don't know, in the midst of the shadows started targeting and just started deleting stuff that just probably wasn't just beneficial to them. And also too, but which was really funny was when I was partnered with Maker Studios, and like I was like really dying to get off of their networking, and then it's like, well, I kind of got my wish. And it's just like everything went downhill.
I actually
It
didn't
was no
mind
point
Maker
even
Studio. The
monetizing.
only thing I liked out of Maker Studio, because like I know for a fact, like they weren't helpful. I'm gonna point it out. Maker Studio was shit personally. I had no advice whatsoever from them. I like they had a community. I did look at the community and all that stuff because I was like, man, there's got to be a way, like maybe because once you partner up, I'm thinking like the people you're partnering up with that are sponsoring you, um, you know, you think they would give you a hand or something like this to give you a push up because
Hmm.
like I've seen so many smaller channels like go on Machinima and like other sponsorships, and like they would get so much attention. And like I remember hearing that Maker Studio was like, "Oh yes, if you post a bunch of videos, you can put it. You can actually we'll put on the their channel, Maker Studio channel, and and then all that stuff." And then I was like, "Well, where's my videos? Because I've probably posted like tons of videos at this point." And I was like, okay, well, you're doing shit all for me personally. And then I found out that you actually have to upload it yourself, and I'm like, well, I
Hmm.
don't really want to upload two videos of the same thing. Like it literally off the bat, I'm just like, I just want to upload on my channel personally. Like I don't want to upload and then give you guys all the revenue, and it's just like, well, that it's like I'm pretty much screwing myself over. It's like I'm just giving you my freaking money, pretty much. It's like just take it. Here's free money, and I'm like that's kind of stupid because I would rather them go like, hey, we want to promote them, like maybe like like have like a like page or something and stuff like that. Like I figured that's what
Yes.
they would do because technically, if you have a like page or some like a page where you get like a bunch of videos that aren't yours, and like they could just
Yes.
make a whole playlist out of that. And I figured, well, why don't they just do that? Because that would be probably the more logic way of doing it. than just telling us to do more work and then giving them all the money. Because personally, for me, I think it's stupid. I'm like, look, I'm not giving you my videos just so you can get all the revenue, because that sounds a bit stupid personally for me. So I was just like, why don't you like try advertise it better this way, or either that, or just upload my own video. Like, go take the video and
Right.
upload it yourself. Okay, like I have, like, as a YouTube content creator, I have so many things on my like for time, especially back then. I was constantly making videos, um, and I just didn't have time to worry about Maker Studio. I was like, you want to advertise my shit? There's my video. There's the channel. Go do it. You know, like, it's there.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be busy doing work, doing videos, editing. You name it. I think I was like recording 3 videos a day pretty much at that point, and I just didn't care personally about Maker Studio. I was just like, you could try to advertise me all you want, but I'm gonna get nothing out of it if you don't do a thing for me. So the only thing I did like about Maker Studio was getting free music in that at the time, which was amazing for videos.
Yeah, it was
Like,
very
I'm not
helpful.
kidding. Like, I don't know if you've seen the big playlist that they got.
Oh yeah, I have too. That's like what I mostly used it for, was the like royalty-free music. Way
Yeah. Like,
back
it was
when,
probably the
YouTube.
best thing off of that whole like sponsorship.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, I love this personally. Like, I don't, and then like I remember at the end when they were closing, they're like, you have $20. Do you want $20? And I'm like, is it really worth it? Personally, I just
Mm,
wanted your music. I didn't really care. I'm like, I wasn't even making any money. Like, off my
right.
channel. And then after like 3 years after, they're like, oh yeah, we're closing down now. They're like, oh yeah, you have $20, by the way. And I'm just
Mm,
like, I'm like, you can just keep the $20. I don't care anymore. I'm like, you're closing down. I'm not making any
right.
money off this channel anyways. Like,
Jeez.
I just thought it was hilarious. They literally messaged me 3 times to take the $20. They're like, take your $20, and I'm like, dude, I don't want the $20. Okay, if it was like
Mm,
$100 or more, I would be fucking down taking that instantly. Okay, but like, if you think about it, it's $20 US, right? And then in Canada, it's probably less than $20 than what I'm getting.
mm,
So it's not worth it. Like, I probably would get half of that. It's so stupid. Like, the U.S. currency with Canada, it's so bad here, especially for prices. Um, but yeah, no, just it's not worth my time to take like $10 or whatever I get out of it. So, and then plus also at the same time, then if I look at it, then I got to take taxes at the same time. Then that's half of what the frick I just got. So it's not worth it.
mm.
So pretty much I'd be down like $5. Wow, great. Thanks, Maker Studio. I appreciate getting $5 at the end of it. So yeah, no, it wouldn't be.
Uh,
It's not worth my time. So I was just like, you just keep $20. I don't care. So, but yeah, no, it was an interesting time then. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. It seemed like a really huge ride for me, and probably for you too at that time, because I found personally, meeting the crew, getting on the podcast, um, what else was it? And then meeting some other YouTubers too. I thought it was really intriguing to do all that. Um, but yeah, no, it's weird to look back because, like, you know seriously, it is weird to look back at it because, like, it's so fascinating, like, how fast things went for that. Like, even though it seemed
Oh,
like we did
right.
so many things together, I will say it for a fact, it seemed like we did so much, but at the same time, looking back now, it seems so little.
Mm.
Like, we must have did 25 episodes of Weird Podcasts, and that's it. Like, we didn't do much.
Yeah, it wasn't much, but it definitely grazed by
Yeah, no,
like quick.
like, if I was able to extend that period for everyone that was part of the Weird Podcast, and just that time in that year or whatever we had a few years ago, um, like, hands down, I would have done so much more. Like, I wouldn't mind, but at the same time, I already know that we're past that point. So it's like there's no way we're gonna be getting back to that ever again, unless like we somehow randomly all get together. Like, like I'm gonna bring this up, but when I sent you the old pictures, and I thought it'd be hilarious because it was just a bunch of old like men, which is us. And I just thought it'd be hilarious if we all did a podcast together, and it would be hilarious if Durham wore that uniform uh, at the podcast, because then I'd be like, Durham, are you okay? Did you lose your mind?
I don't even know what it was. What was he wearing again?
It was like a
Some military garb.
Yeah, it was like a
or,
military uniform.
Weird...
I don't know where he
random.
wore that. I think it was like a convention or something.
Must be.
I just thought it was hilarious when I saw the picture. And then the funny thing is, that was the picture I randomly took and made it old, right? So because me and Durham were talking about it, I was like, hey, Durham, I got an old picture. And then I sent him an old picture. Oh, yeah, I sent Alex, I sent Durham Alex's picture. And,
yeah.
And I forget what it was, but he thought it was me at first. And I was like, nope, that's Alex. Because he was like, that guy looks like a hobo. I was just like, that's
Well,
Alex.
that's what I said too.
I was like, that's Alex, man.
Thing.
You just called him a hobo.
I'm like, he's pretty cut, but he looks homeless.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. No, it's just, I think it's because of the beard. The beard really throws it off. But I just
it gives him the dirty look, like that dirty homeless, like long hair look.
Yeah. Like I don't think Alex is gonna have that long hair by the time he's that age. But anyways, if he randomly does, congrats to him. First off, because I know for a fact I ain't gonna get long hair ever again. I mean I still will get long hair like I usually do, but I know for a fact over the years I doubt I'm gonna get longer hair than I have now. Like it's gonna suck, but hey, you can't do much, can you?
Right.
So, but yeah, do you want to talk about what's been happening with DBZ or anything or trending or just any random topic or
for like Dragon Ball in general?
We can talk about just Dragon Ball in general. We don't have to talk about the manga or anything.
Well, I guess in the broader things, still, just like everybody, still waiting for that 100% official announcement of Dragon Ball Super's return.
Yeah, that has no
huge
announcements.
Speculation that it was coming in, July, but we're like way past that now. We're in August.
I
mean, it's not way past that. We just started August, but we'll see what to come.
It could be a December announcement, I feel like.
Who knows?
Like,
Something's gonna come along. If it's not
it would be a good time though if you think about it. Just 1 second. I know you're sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
here.
go ahead.
But like I kind of feel like right now with the whole Dragon Ball Kakarot game, I kind of feel like if they really want to do something big, right? Especially with the game coming out in spring or whatever.
Sure.
I feel like a good time would be winter. And the reason I say that is because winter is usually a boring time, right? There's not really something special. People don't really go out much and all that stuff. And I feel like around December time would actually be a really good time to, bring the heat. And I forget which one it was. I think it was Sean Schimmel or Chris Sabbath. But one of them did mention saying that with the January movie that came out for Broly, they even mentioned like it's cold outside and all that stuff, and they thought like to bring the heat up, and make people more entertained out of the winter, is to have this Broly movie come out during the winter time, so people are entertained and can actually go see something that they want to see. So I feel like if they take that route, the way they say that, I feel like they could start with like a December era thing, because that'd be really cool personally. Like if it was like even if it was like November, like in the middle of November or something like that, like it doesn't have to be exactly December. I'm just saying, like, it'd be really cool if it was like around that time. Um, but yeah, no, I feel like if we got to that point at the end of this year, then it would be a fascinating thing because like if they announced it at the beginning of November and then they say we're gonna post the first episode November 30th or something like that, right? Then personally, I would just stay home for the rest of the winter. I literally would. I wouldn't go out.
Mm,
I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna stay home and relax and just watch Dragon Ball Super all over again. Like I would just watch the whole freaking series, man. I wouldn't care
mm,
about going doing activities outside at that point. I'd be like, nope,
right.
nope. This is my weekend. I don't care if I can go skating today or anything. I don't care. I'm staying inside watching Dragon Ball Super. So, but I feel like it would be a good time because everyone's gonna be inside anyways. So like, why not? Just that's just my point
Yeah,
of view.
if it's something like in December, a lot of like things do get released in September. I mean, I could say that for every month, but
Yeah.
um, like big things, towards the end of the year, end of the year announcement comes back, or it could be an announcement, it kicks off in the spring of next year.
Mhm.
Really cool to see.
Yeah.
Um, we'll see. All we can do, guys, is just be patient. Um, that's all it is.
That's pretty much
Keep
it.
going right along. I kind of have a random like Dragon Ball in terms of like Dragon Ball merchandise like itself. There's a little gripe I have as like as a consumer if I walk by and stuff when I see. Okay, so you want to hear what it is? Here
Yeah,
it is.
sure. I don't have any Dragon Ball merchandise though.
It's like there's a lot of good stuff out there. But I guess more of to put in bullet points, stuff that you would probably see if you walk into like this is your basic normie merchandise, in which
Mhm.
this I'm not like no offense, like a lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff is like that normie appeal. Then in the broader sense, especially like not even dedicated fans, just to more of the casual fans or at least like heard of it. So this
Yeah.
is like dedicated to them. So it's weird that what I think is just funny is that most of this like promotional art on these merchandise, either it could be like mugs, tumbler cups, etc., like boxes, whatever. I don't like some of them. There's like a highly amount of like Dragon Ball Z Cell Saga artwork in some of this merchandise.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, the Cell Saga is cool and all, but I like to see something different. Also, the style of art can be a little bit different. It's like you almost kind of see the same like, PNG, JPEG just slapped on these merchandise, and it's like, well, it has like the same stock image of like Super Saiyan Trunks, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Goku, all like hair spike and glamour. But it's like, can we get something a little bit different in the merchandising? Like, and Super does that too with like, in Dragon Ball in general, when it's Dragon Ball Super, now it's getting more onto the shelves of merchandise. It's been there.
Yeah.
Super kind of does that. It's a little bit different. It's not as bad as like the Z merchandise stuff. It's like, I don't know. I guess my thing is I'm kind of tired of seeing the same stock image. Like I own Dragon Ball Z Monopoly, and it's like the same. It's what exactly what I'm talking about. Just go look at Dragon Ball Z Monopoly, look at that stock image, and then like look at other merchandise of like you know these characters. I guess I wanted to say is to propose of maybe whoever doing these merchandise. I know they're like trying to make a quick buck, make it cheap, but it
Mhm.
would be cool just to see different artwork on some type of merchandise opposed to like the same image.
Oh yeah, no,
I don't
definitely.
know if you see it too. I don't know.
No, no,
You
I
get
totally agree personally. Especially when you brought up the whole Monopoly thing for Dragon Ball. I don't. Yeah, it's Dragon Ball Z Monopoly. Okay. Um, but yeah, no, I definitely know what you mean. Like it's literally just images that you can literally just Google. Like
yeah.
like it's really weird to say that because like you think like especially for a company like Monopoly and that like you would actually like get actual like companies be like, okay, I want to work with you. Could we, get some artwork or something, a little different, just to make it, a little catchy or something. But instead, they just literally, it's like if they just Googled it and then they photoshopped it onto a picture and said, there you go, here's the picture on a box. Like that's literally it.
Right.
Um, but no, I
But
totally
I
get it
guess
because there's a
yeah,
lot of designers, like especially
yeah,
like fan arts. I will say
sure.
there's so many fascinating things. Like I wouldn't mind like buying posters of them because they're so amazing. Like it's not so. It's
Mhm.
I think it's because it's unique. It's just something that you don't see very often, and then I find like with corporations, they just want to play the games very easy, which is why they start getting those photos. And it's always like Gohan Super Saiyan 2, Goku just
Yes.
Super Saiyan, Vegeta Super Saiyan,
Yes.
and then like either Trunks might be there or someone. But
Yes.
it's like always the main characters. It's never like anyone else.
It's
Um,
not anyone else. Yeah.
like they don't even have Dragon Ball Super characters like on merchandise is pretty much half the time now. Uh, like it's weird to
It,
say it because if you think about it, like with Dragon Ball Super like coming out, you think like that would be the biggest blowout, right? Um,
which it is. Like there is a lot of merchandise, but I
oh no,
think it's
I'm
gonna
not
have the
saying like
same.
there isn't,
Yeah.
but it's just like I see more DBZ stuff than there is
Oh yeah.
Dragon Ball Super at all. Like
Oh, for sure.
I what was it? I went to like Hot Topic and like I know for a fact when like the movie came out, yes, there were Broly movie stuff and all. I get that personally. But
Mhm.
there wasn't really much Dragon Ball Super stuff. Like I've seen like it must have, I don't know if they were just old stock or something. But like I remember going through like shirts and that, and it was probably just all Dragon Ball Z shit. Like there was like I'm not saying it said Dragon Ball Z on it, but like you could tell it was from Dragon Ball Z though. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that
like
that's the
that
funny part.
Z era of artwork.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And I was just like, man, like there's no stuff. And like I remember, and that was the day I bought that Ultra Instinct Goku shirt. There
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
pretty much like it was that, and then there was another shirt. I can't remember what it was, but it was Dragon Ball Super either way. And then the rest of the whole shelves were DBZ, and I'm like, and plus like when I looked at the artwork, I'm like, oof, like I was like, it feels old, like it doesn't feel new. And I'm like, what?
Hmm.
I was, and that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if it was just old stock or something that they've had for I don't know how many years, but it just felt like that. And just looking at the pictures, I was like, there's not really much varieties to buy, like for Dragon
Mhm.
Balls, like Dragon Ball Super or DBZ or whatever. I just was like, I was just like, like I like Ultra Instinct. Like I was happy I bought that shirt, but like when I was trying to find like some more DBZ shirts, like I actually, oh yeah,
Well,
that's right, I do have one.
mhm.
That was you could tell that was just from Google. Like I think I wasted money on a shirt that literally was probably from Google. Um, but yeah, no, I totally understand. Like there's art, like I've seen cups and all that stuff, and
Yeah,
I don't know.
you totally get
It
it.
just seems all photoshopic, like or
Right, and
not
that's the
Photoshop,
thing.
but more like they just took the picture and just put it
Yeah,
there.
yeah, to break it down, essentially it's like that company bought the right to this particular image
hmm
and slapped it on the merchandise, just
Pretty
like the
much.
NFL and other side companies and third parties buying the NFL logo and slapping it on their thing. It's just like the same thing, but well, NFL's super fucking basic, like for football logos, for sports logos, but at least
hmm
DVZ, and there's like a way bigger broad of like artwork you could
Yeah.
do.
I don't know if you.
And I could say, oh sorry, one sec.
Oh, okay.
You could say the same thing for like other anime merchandise that they might use the same like basic like whatever stock image they may have, but
hmm
in the sense of Dragon Ball Z, it's larger than most animes, especially appealing to the very casual people out there. You're gonna see that mostly, and I guess I hate the generic image of Dragon Ball as a whole in terms of the merchandise to the public, because it's like there's more to it.
Yeah,
I don't know. You can be more
like
creative. That's in the end.
I will say yes, fans will go out and buy this shit. I'm not saying
Mhm.
it's gonna be like us, but
Mhm.
there are fans out there that literally will just see anything at all. Like you could probably put a random freaking Dragon Ball on a cup. Okay,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a 4-star ball. It doesn't have to. It could be a freaking 1-star ball if they wanted to.
Sure.
And like I said, they could have just took that off of Google, right? And just be like, okay, we're just gonna paste this,
Mm.
on the cup, and they could sell that for like $10 or whatever on Amazon or whatever website, and there's gonna be people that will buy that shit like crazy, and
Mm.
and I look at those people like, look, if you really want a company to really work for it, don't buy it.
Mm.
Like seriously, just don't buy it. But yeah, no. But speaking about like stuff, like even recently, I forget who it was, but there was a company that sells pants or whatever, and I guess they
Okay.
they they got the rights to Dragon Ball Z,
Oh
and
god.
I really like when I heard about it, I was like, oh man, pants DBZ style sounds cool to me, and I actually looked into it, and I was so disappointed. I was really
Really?
disappointed. It literally was a small, like those little brown little squares on the back of your pants
Sure.
that say like a
Yes.
company name or whatever.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
it's literally Super Saiyan Vegeta. Super Saiyan Vegeta in a
What?
small little box, but like it's like up close, so like you're looking at his face pretty much. And I was just like, oof. I'm like, no design on the pants?
Wait.
That's it?
uh,
I was so pissed. I was so happy when I heard about it. I was like, yes, a design of DBZ, and plus they showed Vegeta saying like, oh, Vegeta design on a pants, and I'm like, oh. I'm like totally down for this. I would so buy it. And then I looked at it, and it's a little square little thing on your pants that literally is going to be hid by your shirt.
Is it like denim jeans like that?
Yeah, it was
What? I'm trying to find it right now.
it was so nice though. I was just so happy because I'm like denim jeans, literally Vegeta. I was like, oh man, like what kind of design are they gonna make on the pants? And I was like, that'd be so cool. Um, and personally for me, like it's like if you're a fan, but you want to hide it. Like that's pretty much what this is.
Mm.
I can't remember what the company is. I'm sorry to say, but like, man, I was just pissed. I was like, man, I don't care if you made like Vegeta down the leg or something, like or something cool or whatever, but like all it is a square little patch that's gonna be hidden by your shirt. And I'm like, what's the point of saying that I'm a freaking fan for DBZ if it's a square little pouch by your freaking belt area? I'm like, that's just
I
stupid.
think. Yeah. I think I found the image for it.
It's like a little brown thing, and it's like you could tell there's threads that make the shape of Vegeta.
Yes, and then like it comes with like an official like card or something in the
Yeah,
back
that's
of the
it.
pocket.
That's literally
That's
it.
it? Okay.
There's nothing special
Weird.
to it. That's the stupid part. And to go back to the topic that we're talking about, it does look a bit like the picture off of Google, a bit. I will say, a little bit.
It's like I guess to that effect, like I know I can't believe we're just talking about all this, but I don't mind if you use like there some like good old like stock images or still images from like like a highlighted part of the series. That's cool. But I think it needs to be a little bit different, the variety, instead of like the Team Z Fighter pose from like the Cell Saga. Like, that's
Yeah.
the shit I'm talking about.
No, yeah. No, like the Monopoly thing. Yeah, that's. I don't understand that. So.
Yeah, it's a brand called Naked and Famous.
Oh, okay. I guess that. I guess I completely forgot.
I'm,
I think I just stopped caring for the pants after I saw it.
That's weird.
I was really hoping they were gonna be cool, man. I was really hoping.
I guess that's a cool fact I learned today.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even know about it. That's kind of cool.
Oh, this. Oh, I thought you said like, oh, I know this cool fact by the way. I was like, tell me, what's this cool fact?
No, the pants.
Oh
That's
yeah.
funny.
But still though, man, like you could have did better. Like no offense, you could do so much
No,
better.
no, right. No offense.
It sucks. Why put on a little patch? It's stupid. Like,
Yeah,
this
these
is.
are.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, I was like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, these are Dragon Ball Z pants. They're made by. Who are they made by? Oh no, not Toei. Naked and Famous. I
But
don't know.
like, I saw the article and it was like big bold letters on Facebook and that it was like Dragon Ball Z pants and it was like Vegeta and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I was like, I gotta look at this and then there was just disappointment. Like it's not even like I will say there are companies right that probably don't even have ownership of DBZ whatsoever,
Mm-mm.
and like I find those companies are so good. I will say
I
it.
see what you're saying.
Like the people that made those 3D shirts, I don't really
Yes.
think they had I don't think they had a contract with them until it fully went out. Like they probably got a
Right.
contract later on, I will say, but like it was just so good. It was something that no one's seen before, and people really wanted it. Like when Alex was doing an unboxing of it, like I thought it was amazing personally myself. Um, and then like even people would wear the shirts to gyms and that.
Which ones are you talking? Are you talking about like those like long sleeve shirts that are like printed with like a character's armor?
Yeah, like
Ah,
3D
okay, yeah, I know
printing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well,
know for a
my
fact
friend John. Yeah,
that it
yeah,
was not. There was no contract with DBZ or like I mean
sure.
Toei or whatever. There was no contract with them. Like I said, I don't know if they do have a contract now. I can't say much. They probably do because they're making good sales, so why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like it's those kind of companies that start out and they make something unique from the show. And I just think it's so fascinating to see stuff like that. And then you look at big companies when people are like, "Oh, I want you to collab with DBZ or anything," right? They'll be like, "Oh, do this," and then the companies go, "Okay, we're finally collaborating with this or whatever," and then they come out with it and it looks like shit.
Yep.
And that's what pisses me off because it's like if you're a good company, do something good. Like all these
Mm-hmm.
small companies, and it's pretty much going to the same way as like how video games are nowadays, right? Indie developer games are more highly rated people to buy games than AAA games nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like like even like if you think about EA, right? EA is dying because of what happened. Like with the whole loot crates and everything.
Yeah.
Like they even said like that their ratings are dropping hardball. Like even with
E.
Battlefield 1 or the latest Battlefield, I should say. When it came out in November, their rating from I think the last two games, I think it was an older game, and that game when it first came out, like for the first week, it made more sales than that game.
Oh damn.
All because ever since the loot crates came in, people were just pissed. They don't want it. And then you see all these indie developers, especially like Five Nights at Freddy's, one random dude he probably has people. Well, now he does. I know that. But like people like him, like he's a millionaire. Okay? He even sold
Mm-hmm.
the franchise to Warner Brothers at one point. Like it's crazy. It's weird to say that, but indie developers are actually getting more props, I guess you could say, than AAA games nowadays. And it's because they care as a gamer to make something fun and unique than look at money. And that's pretty
Right.
much what any other, like, even the whole DBZ thing, that they're looking at the money. They're not looking at something they like or they care about. They just want to go, where's the money at this? We can make some money off of this. How cheap can we go? And it sucks. It really does suck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if your company is a billionaire, like, come on, man. Like, I think a few $100 towards a product ain't gonna kill you. Okay, like,
Mm-hmm.
like, come on. But they just want to go cheap. So, I don't know if you want to keep going down this route.
Oh no, we can
This
like
rabbit
switch
hole.
topics.
I'm trying to think of what else to talk about personally. Like, I know for a fact we could talk about some older stuff that we've done together.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you want to go down that route yet.
Oh, like, go ahead. You can go.
Oh, talk about it?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna mention about one thing we've done, actually me and you,
Okay.
which is a rap battle.
Oh, a long time ago, yes.
See, I asked you if you want to go down this rabbit hole, and you said sure. Uh, that video is so bad nowadays. I will say that for a fact.
It's so cringy. So bad.
You know, I showed that to people, at least a few months ago, and I even wanted to watch it myself because I was like, and this was right before. Like, I remember mentioning to you about we should do another rap battle, and I was like, man, people love that first one. I was like, I'm gonna watch it again. I was like, oh my god, how did people love this shit?
The beat was horrible. Everyone was off. Like, I guess there was no creative.
There was nothing.
I guess that's the good thing that just made it funny-ish. And like I wasn't even being serious too with the raps or
No,
anything.
I wasn't
So
really
just
being serious at all either. I was like, let's just do something stupid. Like, and I was like, and I remember we sat for like, I don't know, half an hour or something like that. We sat like for half an hour. Literally going, what should we rap against each other? And I remember, and then like a couple things was because of the podcast. We literally just put in things that we talked about in the podcast together. So pretty much whoever didn't watch the podcast wouldn't know what the hell was going on. Oh, what else was it? I did a same reference. I actually did like the same reference where we did the up close thing. It was bad, but I liked the up close scene though. That was really good. I like that. That was something, you know. I gotta say I was impressed with the whole up close thing because, you know, with my talent back then, it was bad. I didn't know what I was doing. But like, you know, I gotta give myself props for that. And then plus, like, also your editing skills, like, was probably the best thing that made the video good.
like no special effects. Just insert some PNG stock images from Google and some wacky effects, and you're fine.
Yeah. Oh, that was hilarious. I remember I was like, I can't do it on, was it Windows Movie Maker? I couldn't add anything. It was so bad. All I could do was just add audio and video. And I was like, hey, Nate, you got an editing thing? I need someone to edit this video.
Jeez.
And it was just bad. It was just bad for a video. But you know what though? I'm not gonna lie. It's a good memory to look back, but at the same time, it's not a video I want to watch ever again.
No, you just hide it in the background.
It goes behind closed doors. It's like, you know that big dark hallway, like you'll see in like scary like movies or whatever.
Movie.
Yeah, it's one of those dark hallways. And then you see a far door that looks like it's very
Yeah.
solid, and yeah, it's like it's behind that wall.
You're just gonna shove it behind. Just don't worry about it.
And then when people go down there, they go, "Should we actually go down this hallway?" And then they're like, "No, we'll just turn back. We don't have to go down
Mhm.
this way." It's like they do. It's like all you hear is as they get closer to the door, it's like that's all they hear is the rap video, and then they're just like, this sounds horrible. We should go away. We should just leave."
That's right.
It's like run while you can. Oh man. But besides that, we've had some good moments. Especially for the podcast.
Yeah.
I think there were some other things we did too. We did gameplay. I think one time. We almost did Dragon Ball Fighters. I remember that. That was a bad time to literally ask. I will say, because I know you were busy, and then I became busy right after that. So I was just like, well, we ain't having a tournament. I was like, great. But yeah, also too, it didn't work. The time that we tried to was not working at all.
We couldn't fight, right?
No,
Or
we couldn't.
was that the thing?
That we tried
What the
once.
hell?
We tried once, and I remember it couldn't work at the time. And then that's when they announced it, saying that, oh yeah, you can't fight against your friend yet. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then when it became the time, and then I remember you were busy, and then I was like, okay, well, I'll just wait till Nate actually says he's fine. He can, do some videos. And then right after that, about a week after some of that, I remember I became really busy at that point. So I was just like, yeah, we ain't going to be doing the video. I'm like, there's no way that's happening. And the saddest thing is that I made an intro video to that. I think it was on YouTube. I can't remember. But I remember how I said that I was going against you, and I was like making this whole brawl thing, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna beat Nate up, yeah!" And I was like, "That's hilarious."
Oh God.
I remember making that video, and then it never happened. So everybody who was like pumped for that video never got to see it.
Damn.
And I think at this point they're probably not watching this podcast anyway, so
Probably
they're probably
not.
just like, screw this guy, he promised me a brawl, frick you, man, unsubscribe. But about subscribers though, I'm actually really shocked, like how many subscribers I've got, like over the months. Like I'm really shocked. I thought this channel was pretty much dying at one point.
Oh yeah.
And like to the people listening, like I don't mean to make this sound like, oh, like I'm getting numbers again. No, it's just I'm just getting the intro here to it, so I don't want people to already like freak out at me, because there's people that do shit like that. Uh, but the whole point is like I was just really shocked, like of how many people just randomly came to the channel, and I was like, man. And like I knew for a fact when this day came, like I knew months ahead, and I was like, man, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck hardball, man. Like I gotta go to school soon and all that, and I'm like, now
Yeah.
you show up. All these viewers. It's
All
just
these
sad,
viewers.
man. So like
It is. It is.
like I'm not gonna, like I did say before, like I am going to like still do videos here and there. Just it won't be a lot. Like I won't have a lot of time. Like I actually like I got my schedule, my timetable, and I'm literally gonna be busy all the time now. Like even after school. Like I'll just work constantly around the clock. Like the only times I pretty much have free time is literally for 3 days. Like right after school. And that's probably going to be just homework for that. So, like I wouldn't really have a lot of time to do much. So I'm not, and plus also I wasn't really planning on doing much either way. um, which is a good sign because if I had plans, well, I could throw those out the window. Uh,
Throw those out the window.
um, but yeah, no, it's just it was a bit shocking lately to see the viewers. And someone actually drew me a picture. It didn't represent me, but but they wanted to make me a Madness Combat picture, and I thought it was really nice for them to do that. Personally, I was expecting, some a little more similar to me, but it's a project that they're making, and even though it's about their project, it's still way fascinating. Personally, like it does not be me, it be anything else, but like to see the concept that they sent me personally, um, it's just really nice. Like I don't think I've ever had someone send me a picture in a long time, and it's like a nice feeling. I will say, like, it's
Yeah.
been a long time since I've had that feeling, and I'm like, and it, and like, there's moments where I'm like, man, like I get sad because, like I said, we're a few days away now, or a couple of days away, and and I can't give the views that I can give out anymore, and like to see fans like still wanting more videos. Like I still see the comments, and it might sound kind of stupid personally, but I I always like I've been saying almost in every video now, like saying like, hey, check out the video, that I did, my personal video, because I want them to know that the videos are about to end soon, and
Yeah.
I just want them to know personally because like I don't have time when it comes to reacting videos or whatever, because like most people are just gonna be like, I just want to watch the reaction video. I don't really care about you talking like 10 minutes, explain yourself every video, saying like, hey, I'm leaving in like a few days now, or a couple days now, or oh, hey, it's tomorrow. People don't want that, so I always recommend for them to go check out the video. And I don't know if people are getting a little rough around the edges, like there's no comments about it, so I wouldn't know. Um, but it's just I have to say it. I have to tell them, because if I don't tell them, then they're gonna be like, oh, where's your review? And then people are gonna get pissed off, and then
Yeah.
and then they're just gonna think that I got lazy, and I don't want people to
Hmm.
think that, like, and that's why, like, my last day I am making a big video for that person.
Yeah.
Like I'm like hands down, I'm recapping everything. I actually, and I'm gonna throw this out. This is a spoiler, but I'm actually taking the scene, from Dragon Ball Super. You know where Zeno and Goku meet at the end of the tournament?
Mm, at the end of the tournament,
Yeah, you know where the two Zenos, they go up to Goku and they're like, "Hey Goku, are we gonna see you again?"
I think so. It's been
Yeah.
so long time ago to remember.
Oh, okay. I was watching it today. That's why. But
Oh.
um, but yeah, no, I thought of something like that before even watching it today. I was like, man, that'd be a really cool scene. Cause then it'd be like, cause they literally, the way they say it in the show, Goku's like, "Yeah, I'll see you soon." And
Mhm.
I kind of want that to be like the ending. Like, I wanted something to say, "Hey, I'm gonna be gone for a bit, but I'll see you soon." And I kind of wanted
Right.
that, to stand out. And I know there's only Japanese lines right now, but hey, I think people can read subtitles.
Right.
If you can't read subtitles, I'm sorry. It's only like, I don't know, a
Read
minute.
something.
It's not even a minute. I don't even think that scene is. Um, but yeah, no, it's gonna be an intriguing adventure. I will say that. Um, but but yeah, no. Looking back, you know, I just think we had a good time, and that's kind of the reason why I wanted to make this podcast in the first place. I was like, I want to do this with Nate mostly. I know Duran want to do it, but Duran doesn't want to do it with Skype for some reason. I
I
know everyone's on
know.
Discord. I know everyone's on
I
Discord.
know. I'm
But
like
like,
I'm the loser that still uses it.
but like, it's kind of stupid because like I know I wouldn't really say YouTube bump each other's heads because like technically you don't. But like, but when it comes to like group calls, I know you don't want to use Discord and he doesn't want to use Skype anymore, so it's like kind of bumping heads. So I have to choose who am I gonna choose personally, and I figure well I like, I love talk. I always talk to Nate all the time, so like I was just like well why not we just do a podcast, you know, because hey, this might be
Woo.
the last podcast. The way things go, maybe this might be it. So, um, but yeah, no, I just thought it'd be a really intriguing thing to do because like me and you've always done podcasts. Like I don't
Oh
think
yeah.
we've ever missed a podcast. Maybe once or twice. I don't think we've
Maybe.
done a pod.
Yeah, there's times where I got left out and I'm like, how come I wasn't in that podcast? Especially when Alex was there. I guess I missed one and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
yeah.
Me because I got busy or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, like I remember trying to get everybody, and I know sometimes not everybody could show up. Um,
Right.
like weekly literally was the original. Excuse me, I think my throat's getting sore from talking. Um, like weekly was the original, um, weird podcast, and I think he was in for like a few episodes, and then I remember he gave up. He didn't want to do it anymore. Um,
Mhm.
there was kind of one person in the group he didn't want to do the podcast with anymore. I don't know if
Who's
I'm supposed
that?
to say it. I
Who's
don't know.
that?
Huh?
Well, we talk about it later.
Okay, okay. It's just I don't want to say it, and it kind of came up to the point why me and Alex had an argument, so I don't really want to say
All
why.
right, we talk business later.
Yeah, yeah. We'll explain that stuff later when we're not using microphones. um. But anyways, is there anything else you want to talk about personally? Like I know it's been almost an hour, but
It's I don't know. I guess doing this and then you simply just uploading it to YouTube and reminiscing of actual content that I haven't producing. This is something I know it's uploading your channel, but I guess it's kind of a throwback of yes, us talking back in the day, not as only as YouTubers but as friends, and yeah, it brings me back. Because you're gonna upload this, and I haven't been on YouTube in so long,
and then
so
Nate's gonna cry. He's gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
yeah, like a whole topic of then of YouTube now to hear current day is a whole different topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to say to end it, it was a good run for yourself for what it is, and then now you're taking off in your outside life, and for me, well, I'm done, but I'm always watching, so don't think I'm like clueless or anything.
So to everybody
Woo!
listening, Nate is always watching you. By the way,
Mhm. Mhm.
Nate's like, "I'm at your window, boy. Are you watching my friend's videos? You better be."
uh.
I know what
All
you mean.
right.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's starting to get like very I don't know weird tension for me right now. It feels weird. Um, so that's why I'm laughing. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, no. Yeah, I would say this has been fun.
It's been
Um,
fun.
like I said, this is gonna be intriguing to see what happens from here on out.
Mhm.
But it's weird though. Like when you mentioned like I'm gonna be doing it. Like I'm ending this and going to my outer life. I really thought like there's not really much changing. I'm literally just gonna be from where I am sitting down in an office to an actual office.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changing. Um, it'll be different, I will say, but yeah, no, I think like there's gonna be a lot of things that I'm kind of excited for. I will say for like things that I can't predict. Like, it's weird to say because it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen next.
Mhm.
Once this course is done. But at the same time, I kind of want to predict what could happen next. And here's the weird thing: I like predicting stuff because when I predict things right, it's always a good thing. It's
Mhm.
weird to say that. Like I don't know if that's how people. I don't know if anyone else does this, but like I find when I when I feel organized, right? When I know what's
Mhm.
gonna happen next, right, and it happens perfectly, like on the dot, like that is like a great thing for me. Like it's weird to say, but it has this great feeling to me. Like, oh yeah, man, I was hoping it was gonna be this
Right.
and
Right.
all that. Like my course actually, I got a little bit of a shocker. I'm not gonna explain anything about my course. Like I know people know I'm going to do game development, but I don't want to explain any more details. It's boring, so
Mhm.
you don't need to hear that. Um, but like it's just weird how my steps are going in that way, and I kind of like where they're heading. Like my odds, I should say. I like my odds right now, of how things are going. So yeah, I kind of like it. So we'll see where things go. Hey, the way I even see it too is like it would be intriguing, and I remember I said this already to you, but it would be intriguing if there was a job near you, man. I would take the damn job.
Who knows?
Oh, I think that's why I said to you. I was like, "Hey
Yeah.
Nate, you
Yeah.
got any jobs down there?" So we can go party. Come on, we need a
But
party, man. We need a party someday.
party. Party. Excuse me.
Oh man. Um, but I will say, before we end this, I actually did want to talk about this.
Okay.
A good book. I want to talk about this book. I didn't read much of it, but I read a little bit. Um,
Okay.
but it's a book called The Alchemist, and to come from where I was like saying like looking ahead and seeing predictions happen. This book, The Alchemist, it's a very popular book. I found out so many people who are very famous nowadays, or like CEOs, or
Mhm.
even the guy that owns Microsoft, he read this book. Um,
Mhm.
the Alchemist book apparently is supposed to be the most popular book ever to read to inspire people to do what they want and to put their heads fully into it. And it's
Really.
really weird to say that because most of the time, you get distracted here and there, right? There's always something
Yeah.
happening, right? Your head's not always, you know, in that spot. Um, and I know that for a fact because I've seen my buddy Jesse go down, putting his head driving it. And I think it's kind of like us too, like YouTubers, where we see something and we drive for it, but then there's always obstacles in the way. But apparently, with this book, it's supposed to tell you that those obstacles are not going to be there. Like, you'll see it, but you're just going to skim through it.
Mhm.
And I think that's really fascinating for the book because there's so many actors that read that book, and then like I said, CEOs, like even the guy that owns Microsoft, he read the book. Um, and the weirdest thing is that like even my buddy is being recommended this book too, which is really funny because I was recommended by someone else to read this book too. It wasn't the same people that recommended to each other to me and my buddy, but like
Mhm.
I just think it's really funny how like it worked that way. Um, but yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a fascinating book to read. It sounds like a really good book, so I'm gonna take a crack at it and see how that goes, and hopefully it keeps me driving for more because I think there's so much I would love to do personally. Like
Yeah.
I even seen Jeremy Renner. I don't know if you know who that guy is.
Yeah. It's Hawkeye.
Yeah, he makes music now.
Yeah.
I was shocked to see that. I was like, man, and like most people nowadays that make music, they're like half his age.
Yep.
And to see him blow up skyrocketing, and I get he's an actor. Okay, anyone blows up if you're an actor. but
Mhm.
um but to see him go from an actor to a singer, you know, it makes me look at like I can, you know, look at something and be like I can move on to something else. And that's kind of what I'm looking at in life is like I know for a fact that I can still do one thing, but I know if I want to do something else to pursue stuff, I can
They,
still do that. Which is
mm-hmm.
it's really a fascinating thing to say. Because even with YouTube, I looked at YouTube like it was a platform to learn anything I wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see if I was a voice actor, which I know for a fact I'm not. I
Mm-hmm.
tried it. It doesn't seem like it. But I didn't mind it for Derwin though. Derwin, some of the lines I did for Derwin were actually pretty simple. So that was easy. But like you know, just pursuing things and trying new things out. You know, especially on YouTube. Um, I just found like it would open doors, and you would look at it and be like, "Oh, that's actually a fascinating thing I can do," and I think that's where so many YouTubers now are trying to expand from that and do different things, and I think that's a really clever idea. Like,
Yeah.
if you have the image of wanting to do it, just do it. That's the way I look at it. Here you go for people that want to be motivated. Listen to me. I'm not your Uncle Nolan.
Uh,
You watch that? Do you watch game retro replay?
I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. Well, Nolan North has this thing where he says like, "Listen to Uncle Nolan." I'm not an
Mm-hmm.
uncle. I'm not old like him, so I can't say listen to Uncle Jason here. Uh,
Uh,
but you know, it's definitely a motivation if anyone wants to, you know, learn from that. So,
yeah.
um, but other than that, I'm not really quite sure what else to talk about at this point. Um,
Oh, me either.
but other than that, yeah, you know, I think to end it off is just I think we've had a good time doing, you know, videos in general and
Mm-hmm.
then doing a podcast and then just doing weird shit.
Yeah.
Like there's some videos, I'm not gonna lie, we've done weird shit on YouTube.
Yep.
And you know what? We look back at it and we can't regret it anymore because we did it.
Yes, we did.
Except your videos are gone, so you're lucky.
Uh,
My videos are still there. I can't say much. And then when
True.
I go back and go, maybe I'll private the video. I look how many people viewed that video, alright, and I'm like, well, I'm already screwed, so I'll just leave it. I'll just leave
So
it
yes,
public.
it's been seen.
Like it's weird when you go back to your old videos. I will say that
It
you go
is.
back and you see a bunch of views on it, and like at the time when you would see it, like for the first 2 weeks, or you're like, man, there's no views on that. And then you go back, and you're like, oh my god, this is how many people viewed this video. I feel so sorry. And then that's when you know you can't regret it anymore. You're done.
Nope.
Stick a fork in it. You're done. So, but other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed watching it. This was kind of a weird podcast loop of a vibe. I guess I don't know. It was different.
Very,
It
very
was
random.
more of like a serious talk to like marketing to DBZ. Actually, I'm gonna end off with DBZ. Actually, Goku and Vegeta, they need to get their shit together, man. Okay, I
What?
feel like they, no joke, I feel like they're so weak. Even with freaking god powers, they're so freaking weak. Either that, or it's just whoever's writing this story is not doing a good job.
Well, that was random as fuck.
But, hey, I said I was gonna end it with DBZ here,
All
but
right.
I'm just saying though, I feel like, and maybe with this chapter with Moro and with the whole Vegeta saying he wants to get stronger, maybe this is the case. This could be the case. And I
Yeah.
hope so. Because if it isn't, I'm going to be pissed. Because I feel like all these weaklings should be weak, and then all of a sudden, Goku and Vegeta are like, oh, these people are so tough. You're so tough. Why are you so tough? That's all I gotta say about that. So, see, I lighten the mood real quick.
I see.
Alright.
Woo.
Anyways, guys, I gotta go. It's late. It's actually past midnight, so I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up tomorrow. But anyways, thank you, Nate, so much for joining me for probably the last podcast, depending on how this goes. And other than that, I think
Welcome.
we'll see you later.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Mm.